Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this special meditation. I'm doing this meditation during the winter solstice of 2020 after a very strange year where there have been a lot of different shifts. And during this time, we have the solstice energy as well as the great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, which really starts this whole new cycle in our society on a personal and collective level. I have a full video that you can listen to about the Aquarian energy and holistic approaches towards it. It will be in the description link below. And for this meditation, it can actually be done at any time, not just for this solstice, because this is an energy of the new cycles ahead. So a lot of these different themes will come up. And for this specific meditation, I'm going to be tapping into the energy of Saturn, which is about karma, about restrictions, about lessons, and the hard work that we have to do to move forward on our journey. I'm also going to be tapping into Jupiter, which is the energy of expansion, opportunity, and growth, really moving past the barriers so that we can achieve new things. And I'm going to be tapping into the Aquarian energy, which is about being the visionary, about dreaming up new realities and leaving the old structures and the old ways behind so that we can birth ourselves into this age of Aquarius. And these themes are going to come up more and more. So if you are listening to this meditation in future, know that you can use this meditation at any time, not just for the winter solstice that I'm recording this on. I also invite you to bring your journal because I'm going to be asking a lot of reflection questions as we go through the chakra system. And sometimes it's handy to have a journal nearby to make some notes, especially if something very strong or triggering comes up. Feel free to pause and write something in your journal. So let's begin the meditation. For this meditation, come to a comfortable seated position, a position where you can stay for as long as you like, where you feel supported, so you can bring some cushions or even have your back supported by a chair or a wall behind you, and where you feel completely at ease. It's also important that you have your spine straight so that you're able to open up your chest for your breathing and open up all the airways and the chakras so that we work with our breath work and work with the energy flow. So when you find this beautiful position, get into place, close your eyes, take a moment to feel the gravity just pushing your body downwards gently, but also supporting you fully. Take a moment to feel the surface underneath you, whether it's a chair or a bed or the floor, whatever is underneath you. Take a moment to ground yourself. And as you're doing this, take a moment to also check your spine and the alignment of your spine. So starting from the base of your spine, slowly travel your focus all the way up to the top of your head, making sure that your spine is straight, tucking in your chin slowly so that you have a much more longer and straighter spine, as if something's pulling you up from above and supporting you. Take a moment to connect with your breath and just to check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? I know these times can be very challenging and every day might feel like a different energy. So in this moment today, at this very minute, how are you feeling? Allow it to come up. Observe your emotions. Observe your thoughts. And slowly start to deepen your breath. So every time you're inhaling, you're engaging with your belly, your lower belly, expanding it outwards. And every time you're exhaling, you're feeling your belly go inwards. So breathing in with a nice slow pace at your own pace, working with your breath. And if you're not feeling good right now for whatever reason, allow your breath to sink into those spaces. Allow yourself to release with your breath as you exhale. Feel that energy just disappearing from your body. Whether it's a tension in your physical body, whether it's an emotion, whether it's something energy-wise that feels stuck, use your breath. Inhale into it, exhale and release. And if you are feeling good today, do the opposite. Every time you're inhaling, feel that emotion or that part of your body or that energy expanding within you. So as you're inhaling, feel that energy expand. And as you're exhaling, allow yourself to just be settled and relaxed. Continue for a few more seconds. Sink in deeper into yourself. Again, allowing any thoughts or emotions to come up to the surface. Just observe them. Observe them through a neutral mind. And when you're ready, take a moment to return back to your breath and return your focus to the base of your spine. We're going to go through each chakra individually. I'm going to be asking reflection questions, and again, just see what comes up. If you want to write this down on paper, feel free as well. I invite you to do that, especially if it's something you want to release. But the main important thing is just to see the first thoughts or the first emotions that come up. Observe them, allow them to be fully present with you, even if they're challenging. And again, use your breath to exhale if you need to release, or if you're happy and you're feeling positive, use your inhale to expand that energy. So with that being said, connect with the base of your spine. I want you to start to visualize an energy that's starting to form at the base of your spine in this beautiful red color. Bright red color. If at any time you find it difficult to visualize the color or you see another color, that's fine. As long as you're feeling the energy, that's the most important thing, the energy in the place, and you're focusing on that chakra. And that's where the energy is. So if you can, work with the color red. If you don't see it, that's fine. Just feel that energy. Or if you see another color, use that color instead. And feel that energy expanding around the base of your spine. Almost like a round ball that's rotating and collecting energy. And this is our root chakra. This is the chakra that's related to the everyday things that we have to go through. Almost the things that we have to do for survival at some points in our life. So think about the physical spaces that we go to, like our work, our home, the way we connect with money, the way we connect with the physical things that we need in order to live the life we want. And I'm going to ask you some questions now related to this chakra and see what comes up. So working with the Saturn energy, starting from the Saturn, this year, what have you felt restricted by? What areas in your physical life, whether it's your work, your home, or what's going on in the world, have you felt restricted by? See what comes up. Next question related to Saturn is, this year, what hard work or what lessons have you learned through the hard work that you had to do in any area of your physical world? So again, your job, there's anything to do with survival, money, home, the environment you live in, the city you live in, the society you live in, the world that we live in. What hard work did you have to do, and what lessons did you learn this year? And in connection with Jupiter, I'd like to ask you, what did you feel you expanded in your life? Was there anything in your life recently, again related to the physical world around you, the things that you do every day, that you felt has expanded? It can be in a positive way, it can be in a challenging way, but something that has expanded. And while we're working on expansion, did you find any areas in the chakra part of your life related to growth? Did you find that you grew in any way, especially on a soulful level, especially on your journey? Did you learn something that made you grow within, that made you really expand yourself through the knowledge, through the awareness, through new opportunities? See what comes up. And the last question for the root chakra is, what parts of your life did you have to enter or release your comfort zone? What parts of your life did you enter a new space where you had to release your comfort zone? And also, what new things came up for you that you want to continue doing in your job, in the way that you make money or connect with finances, in the way that you survive in the world that we live in? What new ways can you use? And what ways have you gone out of your comfort zone? See what comes up. Keep breathing, keep connecting to your breath. And when you're ready, return your focus to the base of your spine and the energy that's growing around this area. Feel that energy becoming much more stronger, allowing the chakra to really vibrate in this beautiful red color. And then feel that energy slowly traveling upwards to your lower belly, so your lower abdomen. And the energy is starting to become much more stronger. And again, like a ball, it's starting to rotate around your second chakra. And the color is starting to turn into a beautiful orange color. And really use your breath when you're thinking about the energy in this area and this chakra. Use your breath, feel your abdomen expanding, feel your abdomen contracting when you exhale. So inhaling, expanding your lower belly, exhaling, feeling that physical contraction of your belly. And imagining that beautiful orange color surrounding your belly. And as you're doing this, I'd like to tell you that this chakra is one of the most important ones because it's related to the things that we hold on to, especially in the emotional level. So the things that we hold on to, the energy ties that we have with people, places, things that feel very emotionally part of who we are. This is also an area of creativity. And of course, this is an area of desire and sexuality. So take a moment to connect to that energy in your lower belly and connect to these questions, starting again with Saturn. What area of your life related to creativity, related to your connections with people, related to your friendships and especially your relationships, in these areas, did you feel there was any karma that you've been experiencing or releasing recently? Any karma that you've been experiencing and releasing, especially when it comes to people and connections with people? And if you have been experiencing any karma, which ties did you have to let go of? Which ties, emotional ties especially, did you feel that you had to release? And from those connections that you've been experiencing karma and releasing, did you feel that you learned any lessons through the emotions about yourself, about your connection with people in general, about karma and the things that you've been going through? What lessons came up for you? Take a moment to think about those lessons. If the energy starts to feel heavy at any time, I remind you to use your breath, inhaling and exhaling to release. And if it's something really heavy, really work with your exhales. You can exhale through the mouth. Feel that energy being released from your body, from your chakras. And working with the Jupiter energy and with this chakra, I'd like to ask you which connections expanded. Maybe they were connections with people that expanded or started to become much more deeper. Take a moment to think about any connections, any emotions, or anything at all that made you feel like you were connecting on a much more deeper level within yourself, with the person or the thing that you're connecting with. What made you feel much more inspired in a deeper way? And working with that beautiful energy from the second chakra, have you learned anything about your creativity? Creativity comes in so many different forms. It's the energy that we feel connected to, that we can tap into in many different ways, whether it's our art, our music, whether it's writing, whether it's reading, whether it's our physical body through dancing, whatever it is for you. Have you found any joy or any connections that have made you feel good with creativity? And lastly, for this chakra, working with the energy of Aquarius, is breaking free from the old. Would you do anything differently if you had to do it again, especially when it comes to your close connections the things that make you feel emotionally connected. Would you do anything differently if you had to do it again? Take a moment to seal that energy into your lower belly. Connect back with your breath. Connect back to focusing on your lower belly and the energy that you've been connecting with. And feeling that energy starting to travel upwards towards your lower chest. So right underneath your heart space, connecting to your third chakra, your solar plexus. And the energy is starting to turn into a beautiful yellow color. You can think about sunshine on a really clear day, that sort of intense brightness that comes from solar energy. And feel that energy just burning around your lower chest. Use your breath to open up your chest as you're breathing in, and as you're exhaling, feel any heaviness coming out with your breath. So feeling your shoulders go backwards and becoming relaxed. Feel your heart space opening up as you're breathing into your chest. Feeling that energy just going around your lower chest, bringing in some of that heat from the solar plexus. And this chakra is about moving forward, especially during solstice, whether it's summer or winter solstice. We're always working with the fire energy, whether it's our inner fire or our outer fire. So the solar plexus is the energy we want to work with, our inner sun. It helps us burn through fears. It helps us get past all the barriers that sometimes we put on ourselves, or sometimes people around us, or our societies, or the world we live in tends to put on us, the expectations that are put on us. So when we work with this chakra, we are giving ourselves more courage, more confidence to break past those fears, those boundaries, those barriers. And it reminds me of the Saturn and Jupiter play. So Saturn being the barriers and the lessons we have to learn, and Jupiter is the endless amount of opportunity and expansion that we want to feel. So as a reflection question, I ask you, where in your life have you felt restricted by any fears or doubts? Where in your life have you felt any restrictions or fears or doubts? And which areas in your life have you been able to step up with more confidence? Which areas in your life have you been able to step up into with more confidence, even when you've been pushed out of your comfort zone? Feeling that expansion. And with the solar plexus being a fire energy, and aquarian energy is very much about air. You can think about air, and fire creates much more heat and much more fire. I'd like to ask you, if there were no barriers, if there were no fears, if there were no issues related to maybe money or expectations or results that we need to achieve, what would you do? If none of those things mattered, what would you do? How would you move forward in your life? What vision would you create in your life if there were no doubts or fears or barriers? Keep breathing deeply as you're focusing on whatever comes up for you. Using your breath to ignite your chakra, so as you're breathing in, feel that inner sun, that inner fire within you. Being reminded of your beautiful, courageous self. Being reminded that even during this winter solstice, there is a burning inner fire that's being lit within. And taking that energy upwards, imagining this beautiful energy is going into your heart chakra. If you want, you can take one of the palms of your hands and place it on your chakra, your heart chakra, feeling the heartbeat, bringing all that energy from the lower chakras into your heart space, and feeling the energy becoming much more softer. And if you can, start to imagine a beautiful green color, a very deep green. Again, if you see any other color, or if you can't see any colors, that's fine, as long as you're connecting with your heart and feeling all that energy from the lower chakras coming into your heart space. Whatever came up for you, hold space for it, bring it into the heart. Know that everything works out and everything will be okay. And of course, our heart chakra is all about gratitude. It's about connecting to love, self-love, and the way we extend love to the people and things around us. So take a moment to think about the answer to this question. And it's a very simple question. I'm sure you've heard it so many times with meditation, but I think it's something that we all need to be reminded of, especially during the times where things are very challenging. Maybe not necessarily on a personal level, it could be on a collective level, but when things are shifting, returning back to gratitude really opens up the heart space, even if we don't feel we're good in our lives or good enough, or we don't feel like we're in the place that we want to be in. Connect back to gratitude. And the question is, what do you feel grateful for in your life? It could be the smallest thing. The smallest thing really matters. Actually, this year in 2020, it was a big reminder that the small things do really matter in our life. Take a moment to think about what you feel grateful for. And connect to your heart. Feel your heart chakra, feel your heartbeat. Work with your breath and feel that energy expanding through your heart and your chest. If you're feeling any pain or any emotional or emotionally challenging parts of your heart chakra, allow them to come up. Hold space for it. Feel that pain. Use your breath to breathe into it, to open up your chest, to know that everything's going to be okay, especially if you are releasing anything in your life or you're coming to terms with anything challenging in your life. Connect back to your breath and know that time will heal and you will be guided into the healing process. And keep connecting with your heart, thinking to the small things that you feel grateful for. And when you're ready, take a moment to think about little ways in your life that you've been experiencing love. The small things that other people do for you, or the small things that are around you that remind you of love in one way or another. It could be in your own self-care, in your own self-routines. It could be through other people. It could be something that inspired you recently. Anything at all. What has connected you to love? Take a moment to feel that. Feel that energy expanding. And connect back with your breath, feeling the energy from your heart starting to move up slowly towards your throat. And the energy is starting to become much more lighter. The energy is this beautiful blue color. And every time you're breathing in and exhaling, you're feeling your throat chakra opening up. So take a moment to connect to this part of your body. And the throat chakra has so many different meanings. It's the place where we do a lot of releasing. It's also the place we communicate to ourselves, the way we communicate to ourselves, and the way we communicate to the world around us. Especially when it comes to our needs, the things we want to explore, our creative self, voicing our opinions, all of the things that sometimes can be a challenge when we step up to something new or we enter new spaces. Especially in these times where everything is shifting, we might feel our throat chakras closing in if we're holding emotions or we're not saying what we want to say. So take a moment to think about anything recently where you've held back. You've held back what you wanted to say, you've held back your voice. Maybe you held back the way you expressed your needs or anything at all, something to do with expression and your emotions. When was the last time you held back? And how did it feel? See what comes up. And as you're thinking about these things, I definitely would love to recommend using your journal if you feel that you've been holding back a lot, especially with your emotions and your voice, or even if you're trying to find your true voice, which a lot of people are doing as they expand into new spaces and the new parts of their journey. Start to use your journal more. Definitely use your journal to speak up, especially if the emotions are raw. So as a Jupiterian question, I'd like to ask you, where would you use your voice more? Where would you express yourself more in your life? Take a moment to think about the areas or the connections or the things that you would love to explore in terms of your voice, communication, expressing your needs, and being present. And the last question with the throat chakra, to do with Aquarius, being the unique energy that it is. How would you embrace your uniqueness more? How can you embrace your unique self more and be unafraid of expressing yourself? How can you embrace your unique self and be unafraid of expressing yourself more? See what comes up. Keep connecting with your breath, feeling your breath every time you're inhaling and exhaling, feeling your throat chakra opening up, a beautiful channel of energy. And when you're ready, start to feel that energy traveling upwards to the point between your eyebrows and feeling your eyes becoming very soft, releasing any tension around your face, especially your jaws and your eyes. Relax your shoulders. And if you want, you can smile. Smiling releases a lot of tension around our face. And feeling that energy at the point between our eyebrows expanding around our eyes. And this is our third eye chakra. This is a point of intuition and inner guidance. And this is a real guiding force in the Aquarian age. And when we trust our intuition, when we deeply trust our intuition, even if it doesn't make sense, sometimes we can be led to the most amazing spaces. And the Aquarian energy is going to bring us more of these opportunities to play with our intuition. So a Saturn reflection question is, have you been restricting your intuition in any way recently? Have you been restricting your intuition or not listening to your intuition? Take a moment to think. Maybe you can think about some situations where you didn't listen to your intuition. And think about what happened when you didn't listen and what came up. And now with the Jupiterian energy of expansion, think about the last time you truly trusted your intuition, your inner guidance. How did it feel? How did intuition feel to you when you trusted it? And what came up during that situation? What did it show you when you trusted your intuition and your inner guidance? Again, connect with your breath, feeling that energy between your eyebrows, and see what comes up. And the last question for your third eye chakra. Anytime we need guidance, we can always focus on this space and ask questions. So take a moment to ask any questions at all to your intuition. Even if you don't have any answers, ask your intuition something. Anything that you need guidance for. And as you're doing this, I'd like you to see what comes up. And if you're a very visual person, you can make this as a practice. When you go to sleep at night, ask your intuition the questions and see what comes up in your dreams. So take a moment to think about what dreams or what visions you've been having and to ask any questions to your intuition. Feel the energy starting to sink more at this point between your eyebrows, completely relaxing your eyes. And taking your inner gaze upwards, so you're looking upwards to the point between your eyebrows, knowing that intuition and the opportunities come at the right moment with divine timing. Whatever questions you had or whatever visions you've been having, I definitely encourage you to keep writing them down and observing. We're going to take that energy upwards again, so feel the energy that you've been connecting with around your third eye chakra going upwards, and it's starting to turn into this beautiful white light that's expanding from the top of your head outwards, almost like a fountain. So for me, that's very Jupiterian energy. It's expansion and feeling that energy from the top of your head flooding outwards, up above into the universe, knowing that you're connected, that you are supported, that wherever you are in your life right now, even if it's very challenging, this stage is temporary and everything will shift, everything will move, everything will transform. Feel that energy expanding outwards from the top of your head and feeling that energy starting to expand around your body until you're completely surrounded by this beautiful white light energy. And as you're breathing in, feel some of that energy entering through your breath. And as you're exhaling, feeling anything that you need to release coming out. So connecting to that divine crown chakra. That crown chakra is amazing to connect with our more spiritual self. So anytime we want to really create more space within our energy, we can always imagine that beautiful flooding of white light through our crown chakra up above and beyond and around us, and really creating that space. And anytime you're in a space in your life where you want to expand your energy, use your crown chakra, use your solar plexus to inhale into your chest area and feel that bright yellow sunshine color, or use that beautiful fountain of white light to expand around you. And you'll see the difference in the way you step up and you move forward and you feel more confident. So for now, just feel that energy supporting you, that massive, beautiful energy from your crown chakra moving around you, circulating around you, connecting with your heart space, feeling your breath become much more powerful. And when you're ready, take a beautiful deep breath in. Inhale some of that energy into your body. Inhale deeply. Hold your breath at the top. Feel that energy in your body, in your chakra system. And exhale. And again, when you're ready, take a beautiful deep breath in. Bring some of that energy into your body, into your chakra system. Hold your breath at the top. Connect to your heart. And exhale. And one last time, inhaling deeply. Holding your breath at the top. Keep holding your breath. Feel that energy within you through your breath. Feel all the energy that you've been connecting to within you, your inner space, your inner soul. And when you're ready, exhale, release. And allow your breath to settle and become regulated in your normal pace. Take a moment if you want to set any intentions for how you want to move forward, or for anything that came up for you. Take a moment to connect with those intentions so you can bring that energy forward after this meditation. And then when you're ready, open up your eyes. And if you haven't been using your journal throughout the meditation, that's fine. Take a moment to write anything down that came up for you through the questions, through the chakras. Maybe you can think about which chakras you felt more connected to or which ones you didn't feel connected to. If you saw any visions, especially with Aquarian energy, if you saw any visions throughout the meditation, you can write that down. If you felt any emotions, whether it's challenging or if it felt good, either way, take a moment to write that down. And if anything really stood out for you, any questions or any answers that came up that you want to make a practice, feel free to write that down as well. And I want to say a huge thank you for joining me on this meditation. This is a meditation you can do at any time. The energy is going to be there for a very long time, a few years to come. So this is a meditation you can return to over and over again, not just during this winter solstice of 2020. We're moving into this amazing Aquarian energy. Please check out the description link for more information about this, and I will be back with another meditation soon. So have a beautiful day and take care of yourselves. Sat Nam.